Hello and welcome back. I'm going to jump right into this in that I think that Jason on GTA 6, in theory, could be an undercover cop. Now, he has a little bit of that Paul Walker kind of look. He's ex-military, and now he's either ex-military gone crime, or he's an undercover cop. It's got to be. Most people that are ex-military, they can turn to a life of crime. Usually it's because they have PTSD and they go crazy, or they have some weird fetish and they just turn to a life of crime, or they get addicted to drugs. They might not have been a good person before they got into the military and just continue their shenanigans once they get out of the military. But Jason seems like he has a level head, right? He doesn't seem from the trailers that he's a crazy person, right? He seems like he keeps a cool demeanor. So he's ex-military. He's gotta be maybe into the police. Now, the reason I say that is just little tiny teases of hints here and there. One of them is him being ex-military. And then in the trailer, in the first trailer, in the second trailer, there's moments where the game is focusing on the cops. Now, in the first trailer, it could just be a zoomed in close-up of a TV show from the television, like you're just watching true crime stuff or cop videos where you're watching the cam. It's either this, you guys, or there is a secret third character that we're going to be playing in the game that's a cop. So it could be that Jason's a criminal, Lucia is a criminal, and then there's this secret third cop character that we might be playing. That could only be the only other way. The reason I say this again is because Rockstar doesn't really focus outside of the protagonists in these games, right? We're always focused on the character that we're playing. The camera never jumps to another scene to give, exposition from other characters. At least they haven't done it yet. If they do it in this game, well, then that blows everything I said out of the water and it's not true. But in the second trailer, they actually show a couple of snippets where the camera is focused in on the cops and getting the cops' side of the story. Now, you're either playing this guy right here, or we're going to be playing Jason as a cop, and they just haven't showed him in any of these scenes. The thing that strongly conflicts with this is Lucia. If Jason's a cop, what does Lucia have to do with him? Is she an informant? I mean, he's fraternizing with the informants in this case, if she is. Is she also a cop? That could be really far-fetched. I don't really think that Lucia is a cop. Not after the first trailer stuff. Is Lucia some kind of connection that Jason has that he's keeping tabs on? It's really hard to say what Lucia is to him other than very much a love interest. But looking at the game, you guys, it would be very interesting if they do this whole cop thing because of what they did in Red Dead Redemption 2. Just like in Red Dead 2, where you can be honorable or dishonorable, in this game, maybe you could decide whether you're working for the crime, you're falling more into crime and you're becoming more passionate about the characters more on the crime side of things, or are you going to stay with the police and keep working for the police wholeheartedly and not falling into crime, becoming emotional, and start making decisions where you actually become a criminal, or do you stay on the side of the law and stay honest to the police force? That could be a cool spin on the whole game, right? I'm sure if that's not it, Rockstar probably had this idea at some point, because it's a great idea, right? It's different. It's a different spin on the characters. We've never seen anything where a character could be a cop in the games. At least I don't recall anything. It's always been crime-based. So this could kind of like spin things around, change the story around. It's a new spin on it. Instead of honor, dishonor, just copying the same thing from Red Dead, they spin it into some kind of new thing where it's you fall in more with the crime and the police. Could be the best of both worlds somehow. I don't know how they would spin it, but it does sound like a really cool idea, because then we get to simulate and relive our Paul Walker experiences, right? We get to, the races around the city. We are an undercover cop racing with the underground racers, street racers of Leonida. And that could be a really fun, beautiful thing, right? Getting to simulate that. We get to be our own version of Paul Walker And it would just be a really awesome way to sort of live out our Brian O'Connor dreams of being a street racer for that aspect of the game. You know, if he is a cop, though, there's a lot to talk about. Like, what is he doing at the marina? Is it a front? Is he just living down there really close to crime to keep an eye on things, to do recon? What is going on with Jason if he is a cop? Now, I don't want to get too much into the fact that he might be a cop, because that could be wrong, you guys. It could be completely wrong. But it's a cool idea in my head to think about. Like, if he is a cop, it'd be a really cool spin to a GTA story. But that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. What do you guys think? Go down in the comments if you like the video. Give it that thumbs up. I will be back here and there to talk more GTA 6. You guys have a good one. See you later.